Greetings and salutations, Johnny Mac here from Rock and Metal Plus, and this time we got ourselves a video games video. Kind of a review, kind of a let's have a look at what the first look is at. Now this is the first one, as I said, that we're doing. We are now December 2020 and I'm hoping to do one every month from now on. So let's begin. Okay, so first up we're going to be doing two things. One is going to be new consoles. Oh yeah. So we've got PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S. Now this is an S, which is what I've got. I haven't got an X. And we're also going to be doing a quick first impression of this baby, Cyberpunk 2077. Oh mama, it's a hot one. It's got a bit of a buzz about it at the moment. Anyway, let's start off with the consoles. So last month, next gen consoles came out. We had, as I said, Xbox, PlayStation. We'll start off with this little baby. This is the controller for the new Xbox Series S. Now the Series consoles are Microsoft's latest. Now there's two of them. The one that I've got, which is the white one, which is the Series S, is the cheap one. Cost me 250 quid. Managed to get a pre-order for it. Very happy with that. It's got a small hard drive. It's got no disc, no Blu-ray player on it. So it's a digital only, which is fine by me because, to be honest, Microsoft systems I've only been using for Game Pass. Now, if you're vaguely aware of video games these days, you no doubt know about Game Pass. Game Pass is something that Microsoft are putting out. It costs about 10 to 15 quid a month, and what you basically get is about 100 games. Some majority of these days are out for Xbox, not the Series consoles. They're actually Xbox One, Xbox 360 and some original Xbox games, but some of the new stuff will be coming on there. The plan is to put all first party games on there, so all your Forza Horizon, Forzas, driving ones, your Gears of War, Halo of course, which was supposed to launch with the console, but apparently they had a bit of a problem with it, so knocked it back to next year. So that should be out in 2021. Now the big Xbox console, the Series X, that's about 450 quid, which is the same price as the PlayStation 5. Came out at the same time as the Series S. But the Series X is, you've got big, twice the hard drive, so that's got one terabyte hard drive. There's only a 500 gig in the Series S, so it's not a lot of space. But personally, I bought myself a 2 terabyte hard drive, external hard drive. Plugged it in the USB in the back, and I put all the games that I had on my old Xbox One, transferred them from that hard drive onto the external one. You can play off there. Now the new consoles all have a lightning fast SSD, which is as opposed to an HD. An SSD is a solid state drive as opposed to an HD, which is a hard drive. So the hard drives are mechanical ones, and they take a while to, you can sometimes hear them clicking through to transfer the information. SSD is lightning fast and almost instant, and it just makes things a lot better. The new games that are coming out will see that things have less loading times, especially if you die you'll come straight back, which is good. So yeah, all good stuff. So yeah, I've essentially bought the Series S for me to be able to play all the new Xbox exclusives, for, well, first party exclusives anyway. They're all going to go into Game Pass, which I think I'm up to date for another 6 months, and I've asked for Christmas off my daughter to get me some more months worth of Game Pass. It's cheap enough, so I've got to get a couple of cards for 3 months each, so that'll whack it on there, so I'll be good to go. So yeah, no problems with the Series S. One of the things that the Microsoft were pushing was a thing called Quick Resume, so you can have about 5 or 6 games available. You go in your game, you play, you get so far, instead of saving it, going out, loading up a new game, the idea is you can swap from one to the other. So let's say, you know, I'll have Gears of War 5, Forza Horizon 4, I've got a couple of old games I'm playing, Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars one on there. I've got an EA game called Black, which is a shooter. I'm playing Deus Ex Mankind Divided, I think it is, the later one. So I've got a load of games on. Oh, and the Will-O-Wisp, which is spot on. And the idea is you play so far in them, you press the Xbox button, things you up, you go into another game, and it should take you back where you were before, so you don't really have to save points and not a thing. It's almost like a save state. So you can go straight into the games, you can flip between them. The idea is you click into it, the card comes up with the picture of the game, and a little thing in the top corner says Quick Resume, and it goes straight in, so it doesn't put all the Microsoft Studios and all that sort of stuff. But it doesn't work that well now. When all the previews and the reviews came out, all the journos and all that, spot on, they were whizzing between them all, but it's not been that good. It's sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. I've not got Gears 5 to work at all. And that takes ages to bloody load up. It's a pain in the ass, but there you go. Some do. Knights of the Old Republic, Black, and Deus Ex weirdly do. So the backward compatible ones do. Oh, also back compatible games, spot on. You get they put on HDR, which if you've got yourself a new 4K telly with HDR, then it brings all makes the colours pop. It's high dynamic range, yeah, so it makes all the colours pop, looks spot on. This does that with the old games which didn't have it, you know, even the original Xbox games, just gives them a little bit more clarity. So yeah, it works well. So so that's the Xbox. It's great. There's no actual games for it, new games. I think Gears Tactics was out, but you know, I said I'm playing the old Xbox One games, they all look better and play better. So yeah, that fell out the way. Next up, this beauty, look at this, oh my word. Best controller I've used in my life. It's absolutely stunning. So yeah, PlayStation 5. There's a lot of things you might have seen people doing it, excuse me, but there's the thing that makes this more next gen than the Xbox is the controller. Now this is called the Dual Sense controller, not Dual Shock, Dual Sense controller, and that's because it has haptic feedback and the actual triggers as well, responsive triggers, so you can take them so far and you feel the tension on a bowstring, or with different guns the adaptive triggers sort of click in, and that it's brilliant, really is good. So the feedback, it makes you feel things moving side to side, rumblings on it, and that's great. It feels weight. It's a lot not a lot heavier, but it is heavier than the DualShock 4 for the PlayStation 4, but the PS5, it just looks beautiful anyway. It's a little bit heavier, it's a little bit bigger, fits better than your hand, it's more comfortable. Just best control I've used ever, hands down, stunning thing. But yeah, no, it just makes it next gen. Games I got with the game, I bought Spider-Man Miles Morales, which is brilliant. It's got ray tracing and all the whistles, and it just looks absolutely bells and whistles. It looks stunning game. So yeah, it plays fast, it's furious, it runs 50 frames per second, which this original version of Spider-Man didn't back on the PS4. This new sort of like a Spider-Man 1.5, but it's featuring you play as Miles Morales as opposed to Peter Parker, which is cool. So yeah, no, it's spot on. Lots of cool costumes. You've even got one from the Into the Spider-Verse, which is a good film. Anyway, so yeah, packaged in with the PS5, you get Astro's Playroom, which essentially shows you how good the controller is, and it's just stunning. Absolutely brilliant little platform game. I don't think people understand how good it is till they play it, and it's great. It's one of my top 10 games of the year. It's that good, and it's just packed in for free, so you know, why would you buy anything else? PlayStation 5 all the way. So yeah, I give the PlayStation 5 9 out of 10. And the Xbox probably is 7.5 to 8. Anyway, right, let's move on now to game time. Yeah, now this has been talked about for about 8 years, possibly not in production for that long, but that's how long the CD Projekt Red have been going on about it, and it's looked absolutely stunning. All the pictures all along, it's looked great. It seems to be in the news and has been since its release a week or so ago. It's not the game that they said it was going to be. It looks very good apparently on PC, and probably was finished on PC. Console version not finished. Oh no, missus, it doesn't look great. To be fair, as I said, this is the PlayStation 4 version, the PlayStation 5 version, and the Xbox Series X versions are not out till next year. So this is just the PS4 version, so you'd think they would have made this one work and then the next one look better. It doesn't play very well at all. It's, you know, sometimes it doesn't do 20 frames per second. It's sluggish, it's slow, you get lots of pop-in and all that sort of thing. This is on the actual PS4 version and the original Xbox versions. Now, due to back compatible, which on PlayStation 5 and the new Xbox is spot on, it's brilliant. It makes everything slightly better. They all textures look better. The fact that you got your faster chips and all that just makes it work and look a lot better. This on PlayStation 5 is great. It doesn't look like a next gen game. In fact, it doesn't look half as good as some of the games that come out this year. Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us Part 2, Final Fantasy Remake Part 1, all Final Fantasy 7 Remake Part 1, all games like that just look absolutely stunning, even on the normal PS4, but stick them on the PS5 and they just look a little bit better. It just enhances them. Some of them actually run a bit faster. This runs how I would expect the PS4 version should have run. It's about pretty much for 60 frames a second. It works well. It's smooth. Graphics aren't the same as the graphics we were told we would get. They're on the PC with all the latest and that, so I'm hoping that the PS5 version will have that as well. But at the moment, the game itself is brilliant. It plays really well. The story's great. I'm about 12 hours in so far, and I'm loving it. It's great. I want to go back and play it. But as I said, it's if you look at people playing the PC version, that looks stunning. That's a totally different game. Bottom line is they should have released just the PC version this year. Next year, just the console versions. Get them all polished and let them go. But I guess it's, if you equate it to playing a Fallout 4 or Skyrim, and you know, you expect to see your horses floating and that sort of thing. In this you see cars floating in mid-air. I've had a mobile phone just floating about and you can wander around and have a nose at it. And also one bug that nearly killed, I've had 3 full crashes each gameplay time before then. Each time I've played it, it's crashed, knocked me out of the game fully. And you've had to load back in again, and luckily it takes you to the last autosave, which is not too far away. But yeah, full crashes, which you don't expect in 2020 on a video game. Well, I certainly don't, not one that we've been waiting this long for. The proper bug that I've had, I've not had too many of them, but I've had one where an enemy was stuck in an elevator, and he was the last one to clear on the, I was getting myself out of a, like a skyscraper, trying to escape, and you have to clear out each level. So you have to clear out a level and then you can get to the next one, and you can only do that once you kill all the enemies. One enemy stuck in a lift, and then he was out of the lift, and then he was in the lift, and he's jumping from one place to the other. So when he was in the lift, I could shoot him and get a couple of shots in, and when he zoomed out I couldn't, so I was having to keep trying to shoot him when he was there for a couple of seconds. And being an RPG, you have numbers popping off him, which is always good, very Borderlands. But yeah, so it took me about 10 minutes just shooting this one, but he wasn't shooting back at him. It wasn't hard, it was just a pain. I could only catch him when he came in out the lift. When he finally died, then the music stopped, the battle music stopped, and you move on. So there you go. Great game, I love it. It's just broken. So anyway, if you've got this far, thanks. If you could, don't forget to like, subscribe, all the good stuff. We'll see you in the next one. Adios.